All right, what is going on, everyone? So, welcome back to another video. Now, as you can see, we are on Omni Heroes Facebook page. Now, just before we go through the what we're going to talk about, you should be in the Facebook chat. Like now, they have a couple of those. They are present on many of the platforms on social media, but basically, what you need is to be present or active on Facebook, basically, because on the others they don't do a lot of posting and also they don't do some giveaways as well. So on this one, they are pretty active. And the most beneficial part of all this is they releases something like Omni quiz thing where they ask you a question and you can answer them in the chat, and then you can in the comment section, I mean, and then you can earn up to 3,000 diamonds if you get selected. So the selection is based on chance, but there is not a lot of comments. So you can see on this one there was only like 6 comments. So your chances of being a winner is quite high. Now let's go through. So if you're not aware about that, you would not be aware about the new sneak peek event that they have just given us. So you'll see there will be again the same thing: 3 new royal heroes and 1 new non D&D heroes in season 3, and also 2 new relics. But there's not much of more information other than that. You can look in your own time. What we want to talk about is this one. Let me see if I can pull out heroes. Sorry about this. I don't know why this happens. Yep. So this way we can look at the Omni Heroes game as well. Now, usually basically in season 3 they're going to buff some non D&D heroes. Now buffs usually are made to make some heroes that are useless to make them more useful in the game. Just to make the game a little bit more diverse and more useful. Right now, especially in the end game, once everybody has their full set of royal heroes, they will pretty much use only the royal heroes, no non D&D heroes. They're pretty much becoming very, very useless. So let's go, like for example, Valiant's team is, which was used to be very good in the early game. Um, it is not. It is not used anywhere. Even Ilion, even Merlina. You go to this one. The non D&D heroes are not being used a lot, so they're pretty much going to increase damage of their active skills. Now, for some of them, it is good because they lack damage, but for some of them, they're not doing a great job because the damage is not the issue with them not being used. So we will go through this. Now, for the first one, we have Sylvan. Sylvan is a Doom's character. This one, I have her on 6 star, unfortunately, but we have her both skills gaining quite a bit of physical damage on her active skills. Now, Sylvan is a good character. The reason, but she's a bit becoming out of roster because most people that they will go for dooms. They would pretty much prioritize using some lineups like Madeline, Ophelia, Ayushta, Lamia, and Doris. Doris is a main character in Dooms, so she is more useful than Sylvan. Sylvan is not bad herself, so if someone has a place for her in a team, she is a great character. So I'm glad she's getting a little bit of a little bit of extra damage on her active skills. Other than that, I don't think it's going to make her a lot useful. This damage is not enough to make her more useful, more people, or to make people to prioritize her more than anyone else. You can't take out one of the royal heroes to use her. That's what basically I was saying. Doris, on the other hand, is becoming, she's already being used, but giving her a little bit of more damage on her active skills will make her a little bit more stronger than she is right now. Timis is a Valiant's hero. Timis is this one which basically everyone would have. because it's probably your first purchase you made in the game, and you get a copy of her. Unfortunately, she becomes useless very very easily, very very quickly in the game. But she's getting a little bit of buff, so basically her active skills are getting like 75% damage boost on this one from 150 to 225, and a 50% damage boost on this one from 100 to 150. Now that is not the reason why Timmy's is not used. Maybe that is actually, yeah, that is maybe actually, but I don't think she will still be very useful. The reason basically Timmy's will be useful if she one shots the enemy. If she does, she's going to basically does her ultimate again and again and again. But if she fails to do, or if she misses her shot, then she does not. She dies very quickly. She's not really that great. Even her synergies are not really that great. She's a protector, she's Dawnbringer, her runes are not really that great. So overall, she's a very useless hero. Merlina, on the other hand, is also no good than Timus. Especially, actually, she might be a little bit used in boss plays like Gresham, but not so much. Once you have like some heroes like Nyx, you don't really need Merlina. But I'm glad that she is getting a little bit of damage boost again. Maybe she'll be a little bit more useful. But I don't think she's going to be, make this damage boost is going to make a lot of changes for her. Now, the next one is Portia. Portia is the one everybody is so much excited about because her damage boost is quite substantial. She's gaining 100% extra damage on both her skills. So on her main ultimate skill, she's going from 406% to 813%. So that's more than 100% damage increase. And on this one, she's getting the same from basic 144, she's going to 288. So yeah, a lot of damage, and also she gets like attack, and also she gets attack from healing. 2% will be converted into attack. Um, I don't know, to be honest. Maybe she will become more useful. She is a higher tier of a higher rarity of non D&D heroes, the legendary ones. But currently someone would use like Eudora, Karnak, Katrina, Dorabella, and maybe the last one would be Atropos, Lysandra, or Masthema, something like that. But I might try this out with something like Eudora, Dorabella, Katrina, Karnak, and Portia. We will see how it goes. We will see how substantial the damage is. But yeah, once you have like heroes like Lysandra, I don't know about Eloine. Eloine is a disappointment, but maybe she's a little bit better than her. We'll have to check. I've never used Portia in anywhere. She just doesn't fit in my team at all. But I might try something like, yeah, what I just said: Dorabella, Eudora, Katrina, Karnak, and Portia. We will see how the damage goes. If it's good, I might just use that instead of Eloine in my team. But yeah, the next one is Katrina. Probably the controversial one because Katrina was never out of the meta. She is always in an ethereal team. Pick any ethereal team from anywhere, any war zone, any server. Katrina is in there. Katrina is a very useful hero. She does a lot of damage with her ultimates, which is gaining more damage basically from 375% to 600%. That is 225% damage boost. Very very substantial amount. And even if she does a critical hit, she will does an additional 50% damage. So basically, 650% damage she will do. A lot of damage. For this one, she is also getting a little bit of damage boost, like 72 something. Um, yeah, she becoming even more powerful. But what she's more useful for is for her shield. Now, the main problem with Katrina is her speed. She's very, very slow. She's 95, but if you have the skin, she has is 100. Even 100 is a bit low. She will be pretty much always the one who has the last turn in a round. Now, by that time, she will have a turn. She's probably dead. Or if she's not dead, then that's good. If she's dead, then she's dead. You know, she can't do anything. And if she's dead, then her passives are not working. You won't get any more shields or other things. So yeah, Katrina becoming even more powerful than she is right now. So pretty good, but I don't know why she got a buff. Maybe they're just following a rule. You know, they're only buffing two heroes from each synergy. So we got the two heroes from this one, Sylvan and Doris. We got the two heroes here, Themis and Merlina, and we got two heroes from here, Portia and Katrina. And from Glorians, we have Lily. Lily is just getting 111% boost in her shield, so basically giving 333% shield to all allies. Nothing else for her. And now in this one, instead of anyone else, Navi should have been the one who is getting the buff, but because Navi has been in the meta for so long, everybody's just using Navi. Um, they decided not to buff her. They decided to buff Marina instead, which is not really that great because it's not going to change anything for Marina. She's only getting a little bit of damage boost on her skills. Marina has pretty much very, very limited use. She's going to be used only in spaces where you need Navi to proc her, passive 8 times instead of 4 times. So she's only useful for that passive. Other than that, she's quite useless. The next one is Bested. Bested is the Mystifier hero. Actually, one of the best heroes in the early game. When everybody is going for Valiantus, there are some peoples who find and they build Mystifiers. She's always there and she does a lot of damage. Now she will do even more damage because with every stack of cores, she is increasing her damage by 10% up to 300%. So you need a maximum of 30 core stacks to reach that upper limit of 300%. But yeah, it's a lot of damage. So like about 675% magical damage, or with this one, I think yeah, this one as well. So again, and add another 300% on this, so about 480% magical damage. Now I don't think she's going to make it to the lineup because majority of the lineups now Mystifier is back. They used to be very bad, but now they're pretty good because of Astrid. The main lineups usually look like Astrid, Catherine, Talos is there, and Dullahan. These four heroes are pretty much in all the lineups. The last one, some people use Emily, some people use Sandra, or some people use Victoria. Now, what they're prioritizing there is the four Monarch synergy, where they get like 50% damage boost for every 1% of HP the targets lose, increases damage boost by an additional 1%. So I don't know if people would sacrifice this for synergy for having bested in the lineup. Maybe they will, maybe not. I'm not the one to judge. Maybe it's better than I expect. Like 300% is quite a substantial amount of damage, but we will see. That's not only with bested, but also friends. So you need actually two spots in the Mystifier lineup. So I don't know if they can make it's either going to be friends or bested who is going to make to the lineup, or none of them. Next one is Selene and Illyrian. They're both getting the same thing. Their active skills are getting up to 300% damage boost. With each death that occurs on the battlefield, they get 10% damage boost in their active skills. Now, quite good, but very synergistic with Avengers synergy. So if they are being used anywhere other than synergy, they're not going to benefit from that. So in early game, I used to use Celine a lot because he is pretty good. He is striker and Dawnbringer. So I used to use her with my Valiantus, with the Tropos and other heroes. So pretty good. But this buff is not going to change anything for Celine. If not by a lot, if he is being used out of Avengers lineup. Now, same for Illyrian, but I don't think Illyrian is going to make it to the lineup. Uh, Pretty much all the lineups in Avengers look like this, like Altia, what is her name? Arkdina. Uh, she, Jana is going to be there. 100%. These three heroes are going to be there. For the fourth one, it's going to be 100% Mavis. Fifth one, sometimes people use Persephone. Sometimes people use Acasis, or sometimes Elbert. Like the last one is pretty flexible. I've seen more of this one, Acasis and Persephone instead of anyone else. Some people might even use Selene instead of the other ones. So yeah, Selene might be back, but I don't think about Illyrian. Now, the these buffs, I think they are more effective. They're going to change a lot maybe in the early game, but not so much in the late game, because once you have the royal heroes, you don't need to use these heroes. Like, I don't think they are very comparable in terms of their strength. Royal heroes pretty much always more stronger than the non-royal heroes. Yeah, that maybe they made some, changes, sneak changes in the PvE content. They're making them a little bit stronger, so that's why they're also making the heroes stronger, so people have a little bit of higher chance to beat those PvE contents. So we never know why they are buffing these heroes. Usually the buffs are made to make a hero more useful in the meta, but there is no meta in this game. Pretty much, if you spend a lot of money, you are going to win all the time. Now, that's pretty much all for this video. If you guys, I mean, like, we can go and check some comments. We have a little bit of time. Comments are always a little bit of, going to be a little bit fun. So let's see how people think. This guy, Kevin Keever. I have been playing mobile games well over 100 at this point for 10 plus years now. Not one of these games ever decided to buff old units at all, let alone this much. Doubling the damage of certain characters is wild and awesome. I'm going to be sticking around supporting for a very long time. Okay, that's very cool. This guy is just giving, mixed emotions. In the first part, it seems like he is complaining about the buffs, like it's a lot of buff. But then he says like, "Oh, I like them. I will be sticking around." Very few heroes come out of parchments. Okay, I think he's talking about like summoning or something. Wow, this is amazing. 50 for one hero is not worth it. Portia 800%. Yeah, crazy, but if you think about it, Portia is supposed to be like the Navi of Tyrios, and she does not live up to her rarity status at all. That's true, actually. Navi and Portia are like at the same rarity, but Navi is much more useful than Portia. Does not even match the rarity of Dorabella. Dorabella is much useful than Portia right now. Good, so many characters but neglected and became useless, but now they're coming back. Maybe they will come back. We never know. Valiant is new meta. I don't know. Valiant is pretty good. If you use a correct lineup, like let me show you guys. I never thought like Valiant would beat Glorians, but Valiant is, if you have the correct lineup, they're pretty strong. They can beat Glorians with the Navi. So if I have been using something like Tropos, um, Macaria, Nyx, Victoria, and Elmer. So these five heroes, I've been using them, and every time I win from a Glorian team. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because of their synergy. You get like damage immunity, so you can survive now his attack or now his passive. But yeah, it's quite strong. Especially Elmer. He is just doing absolute amount of damage. So you can see 350% physical damage. But yeah, he is quite fast and also does a lot of damage to the enemy. You can get rid of one or two enemies in just 2 rounds. And then Nyx and everybody. So a lot of high damage. Let me see if I can show you one. So this guy is pretty, it's quite strong. 431, I'm 351, so about like 100 million power difference. But if we go and face him, hopefully we get lucky and survive. But let's see. Okay, he didn't get the now he proc. Now she got them. See, all the heroes survived with more than like 90% HP except Elmer. 182 million damage. That was a lot of damage. See, two units died. Now Nyx has to do her turn. She will probably, if she doesn't miss, she will probably get rid of. Okay, I was gonna say two characters, but one. That's fine. Sheesh, 121 million damage just by that. Yeah, so you see, it's quite strong. I didn't expect Valiant is winning from Glorians, but it does apparently, and it does it every time. It's not like I can keep going and going, and this guy would just keep losing. See, it's just always losing. But anyways, that's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. In the next video, maybe I'll bring a tier list, even though I don't like them, because I don't like being biased. But we will see. See you guys.